Right, the next stage for us, now that we've finished framing out all of the walls, is to put a ceiling on here. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be resting on the head plate there, which is exactly the same height as this head plate here, and that's going to span across and it's going to sit on there. I've got some more 6x2s to do that, so I am going to have to notch out some of this. This was the temporary K-rendered wall I did. If you haven't seen that, I'll post a link to it up here. It's my most disliked video on YouTube. So either people didn't understand that it was temporary and just designed to stop water getting in, or all renderers are miserable buggers. But either way, we're going to be notching some of this out, and then we'll be putting a roof covering this whole thing up, and no one will ever see it. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to finish clearing this along. We've taken off all the fascias and the barge board, well, the fascia and the soffit, and we're just going to go along, and you can see the old rafter tails there. We're going to slowly but surely take each of those out because they're not supporting any weight anymore. And yeah, once we've taken that out, we'll be able to get the new ceiling joists. We'll notch out the render here and we'll just slot them in, sit them on top, and it's perfectly flat all the way over. Right, we're making good progress on getting a lot of this down. A lot of these, where we had chopped them, are just popping right off. Some of them were still nailed in, but a lot of them weren't. And I actually kept them there deliberately. I would have taken them out on the loft, but I kept them in so I had something to put the tiles on. You may remember once I'd done the fascias and everything, I put a lap of tiles in the gutter just as a temporary measure. But if you look up through there, just past that pipe, that is the Velux window in my loft. So I'll post a link to that. I've installed that. You can see that link up there. But that is the loft. That is the water tank. And that water tank there, with this little kind of weep hole bit, that's the reason why the loft hasn't been finished yet. Because the staircase is going to be coming up this way and over there on the other side of the wall. So we'll have a staircase coming through here into this bedroom. So that head plate is staying in place. Look, you can see where they lapped it back in the day. The head plate, so that is staying in place. We're nice and level with it, which is great. There's always one little nail.
It's a new one.
It's a fresh one, alright. We'll get it off. Right, almost done. We've just done a test fit, and that is dead level, which is lovely. That's pocketed in here. It's sitting on the head plate. We haven't cut that or anything, it's just sat on it. And we'll fix that in. We'll mechanically fix that down. Now, on the outside head plate, because of where that head plate is, I had to estimate the height of that head plate. And I was 18 mil off, which is a pain, but doesn't matter. We've got 18 mil of OSB here, which is non-compressible. This is all going to be inside the building, and I'm going to be wrapping the ends here with damp-proof membrane, so there won't be any damage to this. So I'm going to basically just put a strip of OSB, 18 mil the whole way down here and the whole way along here, and that will get us bang up to the 18 mil that we're missing from here, and the rafters will sit on them perfectly. So we've started pocketing them out. Occasionally we've had to leave them a little bit long there, but that's a rare occasion, but it's actually because the steel beam for the loft is just through there. I'll post a link to that up here so you can see the video for that. So we've just gone a little bit wider there. There's not going to be any load on this. This is going to be loft storage, and under here is going to be plasterboard and a skim. So, you know, I've done 2x6s, so I've gone well over and above what I need in terms of strength, and that's so that I can fill the whole thing with insulation and put boards on top rather than filling up to and over the top with insulation. So I'm well above code with the insulation in between there like that, and this is absolutely fine. It's exactly the same as we did with the flitch plate down there, where the brick was a little bit higher, so we packed it out with an 11 mil sheet of OSB. Here it's just 18 mil, so it's good. Okay, right, you know, that was obviously a big one there because of the wood, but all the rest of them pretty evenly spaced out the whole way along. Again, I had to do a couple of big ones because of some of the supports that were just behind there, but there's plenty in here, and this isn't a load-bearing roof. There's tons of space. They're oversized. There's loads of. It's a short span. it's going to be absolutely fine. It's literally just to hold up some plasterboard and to hold some loft boards. And that concludes that portion of it. We've got these here that are chopped, and what we'll be doing is running them up onto Warren's finished cutting out the 18mm packers there. So there's going to be another one that will run under there. So we are almost ready to finish putting the ceiling on, and then we can start looking at getting this fascia off and marking up exactly where the midpoint is for the ridge of the roof. We have insulated this corner now because we're going to start cladding the outside with the OSB. So we're going to put the final stud up in here and up in there. We are still dead on. We've almost finished. Got 3 left to do, and we are wonderfully level across in both directions, which is really good. Really good. 3 left to do. We've also done another DPM here to protect the ends, same as before. We'll patch it up at the end there.